Hello everyone and welcome to my review of the RK61. So this is a 60% wireless mechanical keyboard from a brand called Royal Kludge. These also go by the name, I think it's FELiCON on Amazon. So these go for about 75 bucks. So the FELiCON version is the exact same thing. It's actually, I'm not sure if they actually change anything about it, but yeah, 75 bucks on Amazon. So this is the cheapest of the 60% wireless mechanicals that you can buy, and you can also actually wire it in. So if there's any reason you don't like wireless or the latency issue comes up, you can always wire it. So bang on, real good from my end. So I'll be taking you through a couple of things in relation to this product. So we've got the design, and I'll take you through the functionality and performance. So first off, we've got the design. So I really like the layout here. I'll chuck up a pic of the 60s compared to the 80 to the 120, the different sizes of keyboard you can get that suit your needs. You can also get smaller keyboards without the number row, I think, as well. I think they're called like 40 or 50%, but they're absolutely tiny. For me, this is the smallest I would go. It's the smallest that you probably need. The limitation of these 60% keyboards is that you need to use this function key a fair bit, because you don't have F1, F2, F3. You've got 1, 2, and 3. You hold the function key down, and that turns it into F1, F2, that kind of thing. So you've got that, which is the limitation. The biggest limitation to me when typing or when using it is the question mark. Actually, you actually have to press Shift, Function, and Slash to get that. Real annoying, but ultimately for me, I would prefer the smaller keyboard, and to do that every so often, because I use this mainly for gaming. So I would actually recommend it pretty highly for a gaming keyboard, and we'll go through that in a minute as to why. So the keycaps as well on these, you wouldn't think like keycaps make a massive difference, but these are called double shot keycaps, and they feel like good quality. They really do. I've got a couple of Kogan keyboards there. They're like 40 bucks. They're mechanical as well. They've got brown switches. They've the key caps, you can hear them. You can hear the difference, and you can feel it when you're typing. And it's the night and day difference. It really feels a lot more comfortable on these double shot keycaps, which is awesome. So the switches on this, if you're kind of a keyboard enthusiast or you want to be able to update and change the switches, not very easy to do on this bad boy. So you've got them soldered in, so you'll need to desolder them, and you also need, if you're changing the switches, you need to account for the LEDs on this PCB as well. I've heard of some people actually destroying the PCBs trying to fit switches that don't fit. So make sure you check out the correct teardowns of this keyboard if you do want to update the switches. But for me, I'd recommend just kind of keeping it stock standard. There's a great website, great YouTube channel called Keyboards and Bits, I think they're called, and he did a complete teardown of this, so check that out if you can find it as well. So overall, the build I'm really happy with on this keyboard. It's really surprisingly sturdy for the price. I mean, this is the cheapest by almost 50%, I think. I think the Ducky one, they make a 60%. Theirs is about 150 Australian dollars. So this one's 75 Australian, about $50 US for this. It comes in well cheaper, and you would expect the quality to fall off, but I mean, look, I'm trying to flex it as much as I can. That's pretty much all I've got, but you can see that it doesn't move at all. It's really sturdy. It's either a really hard plastic, which I doubt. It's probably a painted like aluminium or something. So really happy with the quality of it, and that plus the keycaps. Like, what more do you really want? We've got next, I'll just go through the features of the lighting as well. So it's got a few. For me, I bought the blue. So there's a number of different colors you can get. You can get the RGB keyboard, but this one that I've bought is blue. Don't know if you can see it there, but I've got another video I'll show you just quickly the colors that you can kind of run through. So it lights up at night. I mean, it doesn't really change the functionality of the keyboard in any way, but it looks kind of cool. So there's that. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's it really in terms of appearance. There's nothing else really going on about it. It's pretty standard. You've got I like the white. There's also a black version, so you can check that out too. So next up, we'll just go to functionality. So in terms of things like connectivity, I'll just quickly take you through how this connects. So this is this version is the USB Type-C. I've also owned the micro USB version of this keyboard. The micro USB, you actually need to press Function and P. You hold that down and it enters pairing mode. And then you can pair it to number 1, 2, or 3. It pairs up to 3 devices. Now this one, the USB-C variant, they don't mention this on any of the manuals that come with it. Nowhere on the websites or anything like that. But to pair it, it's actually a different process. You can still pair to up to 3 devices, which I find fantastic. But to pair it, you need to hold down the function and hold down that Q. Hold down Q, hold it, and now it's in pairing mode. The Q starts flashing, so number 1 is in pairing mode now. So you pair it through your usual, you jump in your Bluetooth menu, find it, pair it, and then that'll be paired to slot number 1. And to switch, you just hold function 2, function 3 to switch between device number 1, 2, 3. So once you've paired them, really easy to switch, and I find that awesome. I use it on my iPad and my laptop, and using it on the iPad is unreal. It's actually unreal. It's really good. So I've just got that kind of here on the desk or something. I might just have it, and I've got my keyboard under my desk, which is where I keep it. Basically, just whip it out, press number 2, you're on. It's like instantaneous, really great. Now, in terms of the latency for the Bluetooth connection, when you've got a Bluetooth wireless mouse, that makes a massive difference. But like in terms of how slow how large the latency is, but in terms of a keyboard, you don't notice it. I do a lot of like type racing on this keyboard. Sorry, the dog's in the background here. And yeah, so like I do a lot of typing tests. I'm trying to improve the speed of my typing, and I don't notice any input lag whatsoever, especially compared to any other keyboard. So if you did notice that, like I said before, you can just kind of wire it in. So yeah, ultimately for 75 Australian dollars, I'm really happy with this keyboard. I actually sold my last one. So it's the switches that it's got, you can get 3 types. I think you can get red, blue, or brown switches. This is the brown switch variant. I'll take you through just a quick typing sound as well. Let me just pop that here. Let's see. Oh, that's ASMR. I've actually got some dampeners on these keys as well. There's 2 dampeners on the WASD keys and 1 on everything else. So let me just take you through a D key. So that one's double dampened, single dampened, double, single. So you can tell it's pretty loud. In terms of like the single dampening key strokes, but double dampening, I mean, it's as soft as you can get on a keyboard. You're essentially pushing a key into a PCB. It's going to make noise. So essentially there's probably quieter keyboards out there, but you know, for what you're paying, it is what it is. It's not bad. So you know what, that's kind of it. Like ultimately it's a great keyboard. I forgot to mention the battery life as well. That's also really great. I mean, it lasts probably 15-20 hours. I don't notice it. I barely ever need to charge it. Probably lasts more than that. It probably lasts 50 hours on, you know, just on that USB Type-C. I'm not sure how long it takes to charge, but ultimately I don't notice it very much at all. I don't notice the need to recharge it very much. So yeah, it's great keyboard overall. You know, it's got great keycaps, great build quality. It's heavy. It's got a bit of heft, but you know, for the size and the features and the price, I would absolutely highly recommend this guy. If you know, if you're just beginning your quest into mechanical keyboards, or if you want a cheap wireless mechanical 60%, this is the one to go with for sure, 100%. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching all the way till the end. It's amazing, good stuff. And yeah, I'll catch you all next time. See ya.